starting a little bit early, but I think that's okay. Let's jump in with this new selection box. It's going to be here in the shop. How is everyone? How's your time been? I've been away for a little while. I'm in the middle of a move and it's been really hectic. So I've not been able to do a lot of what I would want to have done. But we've got a big update today, and the refined blade selection pack has appeared. There's another selection pack too. We're just going to be opening this one today. Fusion potential, from what I saw, it doesn't have anything new in it, does it? It's all reprints. So unless you like actually wanted everything from here, it's weird, isn't it? Because if you want, are they all here? If you wanted to play Ritual Beasts, you'd want a Gaia Pelia, but you'd also want a Canna Hawk and whatnot, and they're not in here. Tamers are in here. Yeah. So you'd still have to go to the selection pack to get to when you find the one that you want. Now, the only advantage I can think of to this pack is that you don't have those four. You don't have those four at the beginning, which are from the master pack. Whereas in selection pack, it's only the back four that are from the selection pack you're looking at. Or is it 5? I don't remember how many cards are in a pack. The back half are from the pack. The front half are from the master pack. Whereas these what they call secret, not the secret packs. These selection packs. Secret packs have the split. Normal packs, selection packs, are entirely self-contained. So if you open this, you'd only get cards from here. But you wouldn't get enough. If you wanted to play Ritual Beast, you'd still have to open the Ritual Beast secret pack. You'd still have to. I don't think you even want a Fright for Chimera. You want the other Fright Fairs that aren't in here much more. Is there anything like entirely in this that you could get with just this? I don't think so. It kind of reminds me of the selection pack they had out at the very beginning of the game that was full of Tri-Brigade stuff and really powerful meta cards like Crystal Harper 5 racks and stuff like that, and it was sort of as a way to unlock the secret packs. Nowadays we all know that we can just craft a card to open a secret pack. Well, let's get on to the main event. The new cards from Refined Blade. Those are really cool, especially looking out for a Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. It's priced out of that in the physical game, so I'd really like to get hold of one in Master Duel so I can see what all the fuss was about. And of course, the Sword Souls are pretty strong. I happened to open the Yangzing pack for the Synchro Festival, so I've actually got quite a good extra deck for these already lined up, it seems. It's another deck I've not tried before. I might have to read some of these punk cards when they come up as well. They look quite interesting. It's also so owned. It's an extra chance to get some of these cards that were from the last selection pack that we didn't quite get play sets of. So that's nice. Let's start opening packs. We've got a lot to do. I mean, there's no rush. I'm not on a schedule of any kind, but ooh, that's nice and shiny. Let's see what's in the first one. Break the Destiny. So the Destiny Hero card. Is this new, or is this just put in here to support the new Destiny Hero cards? You get a level 8 Destiny Hero monster, destroy it, and if you do, your opponent skips their main phase 1. You better go straight to the battle phase. Then you can banish this from the graveyard, add a spell trap from your deck to your hand that specifically lists a Destiny Hero monster in its card. Has to specifically list a Destiny Hero monster card by name, or Dragoon, in its text. Accept, break destiny. Which was it? Does this mention Dragoon? I can't think of many Destiny Hero cards that specifically mention a Destiny Hero by name. There are a few like Clock Tower Prison related ones that might mention Dreadmaster, and I'm sure there's some Plasma ones. It's cool that it destroys the monster, so you can combo it with Destroyer Phoenix. That's kind of neat. Let's keep it up. This could be an ultra rare in here. All those colours. There it is. Come back to it. Ooh, another one. Pug card and Plasma. Now see, that's not a new card. It's new to me. I've not pulled it yet. What do these punks do? What's so special about them? Once per turn, if you activates a monster effect, you can make this card gain attack equal to that monster's original attack until the turn. I mean, okay. You can use that effect once per turn. You contribute a punk monster to summon this from your hand. That's nice. I kind of would wish that they put this at the top. You can use that first. Anyway, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard to add a punk monster from your deck to your hand. That's good. I'm sure just for that last effect alone, sending this from your hand to the graveyard to add a punk monster probably makes this a 3-of, right? You can only use each of the following effects. I see, that's why they ordered them this way. The top effect isn't a once per turn. Well, it is, but it's not a hard once per turn. I promise I won't read every card from every pack, just the ones I'm not familiar with. Don't every card, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. We've got a Sword Soul card. Emergence. Searches, right? Yeah. Add a Sword Soul monster from your deck to your hand. You can hold a Synchro monster, you can add any worm. And if this card gets banished, I'm not sure how that happens, I'm sure there's some combo. You can target a Sword Soul monster or a worm monster you control, increase or decrease its level by 1. It's good if you happen to have a way to do it. It's not something you necessarily have to try to do, but the level is nice. Blackout's cool, that's their disruption and they search, right? Target a worm and 2 cards burning controls, destroy them. Yeah, the good old Icarus attack. This card gets banished, you can summon a token, which is nice. While it's the monster, you can only synchro summon. Okay. We're making slow progress, but we'll pick up the pace and we'll see once we start seeing everything, and we get packs like this that are nothing exciting in them. So I don't want to dismiss them as boring just because they're not high rarity. These Earth Arctics are new, aren't they? It's a shame we're having a fusion festival after this, another synchro festival with these new synchro archetypes. So this summons itself by attributing a level 7 or higher monster from your hand. Okay. You can't summon for the rest of the turn except for monsters with a level, so no link summoning. This card is special summoned when you control another monster. You can target a spell trap code and control to destroy it. It does target and it does activate. Yeah, interesting stuff. The Earth Arctics have a gimmick where they synchro summon by subtracting instead of by adding. Doesn't seem like it's terribly strong. Worth trying if it's all low rarity. Speaking of low rarity, that's all we're getting. Hydrolander. Oh, Darten. I remember this being a common in, was it Dawn of Majesty? Or, yeah, I think so. The TCG exclusive. It summons monsters from the grave. In the samurai phase, you can target a monster you put in control. A box phase that monster this card points to, summon a monster from your hand to the zone this card points to. It's the same level 4 lower monster, it's the same type as the monster you target. At the end of the battle phase, you can target a card you had in control to destroy it. start of the battle phase, sorry, not the end. So it's if you think about it, it's not too different from your Nightmare Unicorn. If you're planning to destroy one, just want to destroy a card, you're gonna go straight to the battle phase afterwards. Yeah. And if it sticks around, you can destroy a card again the next turn, whereas Unicorn sort of just sits there once it's been left. Well, like, they're both equally good at being used for access code talker. Open pack number 9. Oop, another Ultra. Could it be... Oh, it's Lord of the Heavenly Prison. This can search any spell or trap in the game, which is really strong. It reads stronger than it is because of this last line. You can only use one effect per turn, only once per turn. Essentially, what this does in far too many words, you reveal it on your turn, and that protects your spells and traps, all your set ones, or your set cards. It protects your monsters as well if they're face down. And then during your opponent's turn, if a set spell or trap card is activated, you can special summon this card and then add a spell or trap directly from your deck. So the catch is that it banishes at the end phase of the turn, or the next turn. So you can't really get a continuous card unless it's just a effect that you want to get once and then you don't care about losing the trap card or spell. Your best bet is you got to play this in a deck that's going to have set spells and traps that can be activated. Maybe one like Sky Striker that plays a lot of quick play spells, or something like Trap Trick that plays a lot of traps. So when you use those, you can search a powerful spell card to use on your turn, something like Pot of Extravagance or Monster Reborn, I don't know. It won't be used for like Imperial Order, because just having one turn of Imperial Order, and it being your own turn, isn't going to be good. That's our last pack, our guaranteed super rare 10th card of the 10th pack. 8th card of the 10th pack. I was right, there is 8 cards in it. Not a bad pulling. Got a lot of supers, a couple of ultras. If we can get 2 ultras every pack, I'll be happy. Every 10. Let's jump into the next lot. Stallone found that Phoenix Enforcer. Nothing to talk about there. Another less than stellar pack. This time, got all this fanfare. Oh, that could be an ultra. Let's see, it's Plasma! Hi, Plasma. That seems to be like the booby prize. The wooden spoon. Pack. Oh, potentially another Plasma. Oh, a Fallen Albaz, that's my second copy. And it's a Sword Soul Grandmaster Shi Zhao. It's level 8 and it's synchro summoned. You can add to your hand or banish a Sword Soul from your deck. Can't imagine why you would banish one. You can banish one Sword Soul card or worm monster from your hand or graveyard to target one other effect. So this is where those Sword Soul cards get banished that we were looking at before. Target another monster on the field and negate its effects at the end of the turn. So it's a monster negate, quick speed, and a search on summon. Nothing wrong with that, yeah. The search is a card, so this search is the trap. I see. Yeah, very strong. What else do we have? Nothing, it seems. See, I made this mistake of saying that 2 ultras would be enough to make me happy, and now we're going to go to the rest of the back of this pack. This block of 10, without seeing anything stellar. Yikes, that one was glowing as well. What a shame. Oh, talking of glowing. There's some glowing ones. Get past those. Another Raten, and Sword Soul of Moye. This is normal summon, reveal a Sword Soul or a worm in your hand, just have to reveal it, and it summons a token. The token's a tuner. This makes you the level 8 straight away. That's pretty strong. While a token in the field, you can only synchro summon. If this card is integrated with a synchro summon, you can draw a card. Sure, why not? So you use this, you get the token, you summon that synchro monster, you get a draw and a search, and you get a quick effect negate. Yeah, that seems good. Oh, is that another one? Oh, I saw purple and thought it might be in Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. But this is a card that spiked in price in the real world recently. Despia and the Light and Dark monster. During the main phase, you can. Oh yes, I played against this card. This isn't new. Well, it's fairly new. It's as new as the last time we opened a secret pack. Yeah. Pretty good card, I think. This is in our 10th pack, so we get a super in this last slot. Hey, it's a Aluba. That's not bad. I could have used a second Aluba. Yeah. Happy with 4 ultras, even if it meant not getting quite as many supers as usual. Let's keep this train rolling. We've got 30 packs still to open, and that is not what you want to see. That's a bit of a yikes. Okay. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. There could be loads of shiny cards in these. They're just not showing us them yet. Oh. 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 Whoa! 2 ultra rare cards. It's a Punk and a Quartetus. Wow. I guess I'll give this Punk card a read. It's a level 11 synchro, entirely generic, so any deck that can synchro summon can make this. And when it's synchro summon, you can target page opponent control up to the number of level 3 psychic monsters with different names that you control and in your graveyard, and return them to the hand. Okay, cards your opponent controls. You can target a Punk monster in your graveyard, except Yukio, another copy of this, and special summon it. You can only use 1 effect per turn and only once per turn. So if you do any bouncing, you're not going to get the revive effect. And if you're not playing a deck with level 3 psychic monsters, you're not getting anything from this. So even though it's generic, I don't think you're going to make this in a generic deck. Its effect is very specific to its archetype. The Punk can't all be level 3 though, or there'd be no way to make this. It's not a multiple of 3. There'll be more going on that I don't know of. Well, I've got the 2 ultras I said I'd be happy with. From the outset, this set of 10 looked like a write-off. It's still not brilliant. I was happy with 2 ultras because I got so many supers. Getting just 2 ultras and literally nothing else would be a disappointment. But we are guaranteed 1 super at the very end, and it looks like there might be a super in this one. Don't want to speak too soon. I may have done so. Oh, there is one. It's another Aluba. That's my 3rd Aluba. We've got enough Alubas now. Aluba. Oh, could that be a pack? Or could it just be making a lot of noise for nothing? It's making a lot of noise for nothing. That's fun. I love that feature. I'm not going to pretend there's anything in here. 9. Last chance before I actually guaranteed one in. Yeah, this has been a week set of 10. But we knew that going in. We knew there'd be a super in here. It's going to be here in the 10th slot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't count. It's the 8th slot. Giant Starfall. This is a generic card. Neither player can activate effects of monsters without a level in response to this card. Okay. I'm trying to think of a link monster that can negate a trap. I can't think of one. But target a face-up monster without a level on the field for the rest of the turn. Any damage from battles involving that target is halved, and it can't activate its effects, and it can't be destroyed by battle, and its attack becomes 0. So I guess if you're against like a Time Thief redo it can't tag out in response. It can't activate its effect for the rest of the turn either. It gets set to 0 and then you just punch it a bunch of times while its attack is 0 and it can't be destroyed by battle. I can't see that really getting played very much. This was a disappointing opening. Yeah, we've got the 2 ultras, but that's all we have to talk about. We've still not seen their Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. That's what I most want to see from this. Looks like we have a few chances of getting it in the next 10. Let's cross our fingers. Not a great start. Maybe pack number 2. Oh, there is something in here. It's another copy of Albaz. I've seen this guy around. What does he do? He keeps standing out to me. He's got tires on the side of his shorts. What's going on there? This Gemini monster. That's a rarity these days. So when it's normal summoned, it becomes it gets 2 Gemini effects. This guy is normal summon. You can add a spell trap from your deck to your hand that has Gemini monster in its text. Oh wow, that's really weird. Literally have the word Gemini monster in its text. That's a really weird card. And it'll get this if it's normal summoned or special summons. If you can somehow summon it with its effect already active, you'll still get the search. And it becomes a machine and gains 500. I like that. That's very flavorful. It's like a transformer. It becomes a little mech when he is Gemini summoned. A cool idea for a card. It would have been nice to see like a... Is there a full archetype of these or not? I don't think so. Oh, a lot more in this than it first looked. Got a punk card, another Moye, and the Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. Whoa! That's insane. Let's have a look at him. Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. You need a level 6 or higher fusion, a hero monster, and a Destiny hero to make it. So that's going to be your Destiny hero Dasher and your Destiny hero Celestial. Or maybe a Destiny Hero Plasma and a Celestial. But the point is, you get a Celestial in the graveyard, so draw 2 on your next turn. All your opponent's monsters lose a bunch of attack. Once per turn, quick effect, you can destroy both one card you control and one card on the field. That doesn't target either of those cards getting destroyed. You don't have to decide which one you're destroying until resolution. But if this card gets destroyed by battle or card effect, you can activate this effect and summon a Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard during the standby phase of the next turn. Super good effect. Really hard to get rid of this guy for good. And we've got this new punk card. Shouldn't we got a little overshadowed there? This is the one that I saw before. This is the one from before. It searches the other punks. I see. 8. This one's level 8, and if we had a level 3 that the Synchro was asking for, that would make 11. So there's something there. See, here's level 3. That's a level 3 Psychic. So that's how they're supposed to work. How it appears on the surface. Maybe they work a bit more complicated in practice. Another super rare. No, it's an ultra rare. It's a Sword Soul card. Level 10, generic. It's competing with Veron. each banished card this card gets a bit of attack. And the opponent's monsters lose a few attack points. If this card would be destroyed by card effect, you can banish a card from your graveyard instead. Just any card. That's great. Cool. Colossus Wishes. If a card is banished, I wonder how that could happen. You can banish a card from your opponent's field and graveyard. Right, from your opponent's field. You can banish one card each from your opponent's field and graveyard. So you get to banish 2 cards. Okay. Ah. I don't think you really want to be waiting for this effect to be banishing cards, but I'm sure there are loads of ways to banish cards and trigger that second effect. You get a Destroy Phoenix Enforcer to pop this and banish a card instead. Well, this has been a very successful first half of the temple. Oh, Dramaturge of Despair. Another potential Ultra, and Anna. Oh, you're all excited out. There can't possibly be anything more to get excited about. Maybe we can get a third Moye. Or another Quartetus. I can't imagine I played that larger number. We got a Ursatron. Ultimate Flagship Ursatron. This is summoned by the effect of an Ursatic or Drytron. It's treated as an Ursatic or Drytron card. Must be summoned by using Ursatic Drytron. Once per turn, when another effect monster is special summoned to your side of the field, you can add an Ursatic or Drytron monster from your deck to your hand. So, if another monster is summoned to your field, you search. Once per turn, you can target one of your banished Ursatic or Drytron monsters and put it into your hand. Wow, so it recovers a card every turn as well. It's not got the biggest stat line, considering the. We don't have it here, but you need to have be playing both field spells to get it out. I think that's how it works. If I'm probably not remembering it right. I'm wondering if there's some kind of Ursatic Drytron Fusion Festival deck that could maybe revolve around. But for a boss, it's kind of small. But yeah, even the Ursatics won't have their synchros. Well, Polar's an important card for the Ursatic because, you know, when you're subtracting, you end up on 1 quite a bit. Summoned by sending 2 monsters with a difference of 1. 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner. If it's special summoned, you can activate 1 Ursatic Victor directly from your deck. That's the field spell, right? I think. And you contribute a level 7 or higher monster to add this to your hand, or special summon an Ursatic monster from your graveyard. You can use 1 effect per turn. So then once you've got this level 1 Ursatic, all their big tuners, this one's a tuner, and their bigger synchros require a small non-tuner. I think this is the only level 1 synchro monster as well, which is quite a it's an accolade of some sort. Yeah, maybe something in the Fusion Festival with Drytron could use this. Ursatic won't be any good in Fusion Festival, but Drytron should still have their ritual monsters. Got that Destroyer, Phoenix Enforcer. This was a good pack. But we do still have 1 10 pull left to do. Let's just have a quick look at what we still have to find. We haven't gotten the Blazing Dragon, the Punk Fusion. Other than that, we've got all the Ultras. It would be nice to pull more copies of Heavenly Prison in the 3rd Moye. But the kind of cards that you want to play 3 of if you're playing any of them. Let's grab our final 10 pull. If we're ending on a high note at the very end of here, but for now,
some boring cards to start us off. Let's build up to a dramatic finish. That's what we're doing. That's why these are deliberately bad. This first few. We're getting some. That's the 2 field spells. That's not the one I wanted to read the card that fuses them. Whoa! And that my 3rd Aluba and 2nd flagship. That's fun. Nothing that crazy here. What's Super Crush Headlong doing in here? Does that have some kind of synergy? I don't know about. Comedy, tragedy. Okay. Here we go. Last 3 packs. Let's have something exciting to close on. There we go. Some super rares. There's plenty of super rares we haven't had yet. And we got one. Ecclesia the Virtuous. That's a really good card. You can actually play this in all kinds of decks. If you've heard of control small monsters, then you do. So you're not going to be doing this turn 1, but turn 2 onwards, going second. Summon this from your hand. You can only do this once per turn. Once per turn, during the main phase, quick effect, you contribute this card, special summon a Sword Soul or Fallen Albaz from your hand or deck. And during the end phase, if a fusion monster was sent to the graveyard this turn, you can add this back to your hand. So Sword Soul won't be doing the fusion stuff, but what you can do is Fallen Albaz lets you super poly with your opponent. So if your opponent's got troublesome stuff on the board, you can special summon this, tribute it to summon Albaz, and then threaten their monsters with Albaz. Definitely something worth a go if you're playing something where removal is difficult otherwise. We got an Ice Jade Cradle. I've not really looked at the Ice Jade cards, I probably should have looked at that one. Okay, there's a Celestial and the Fusion Destiny that you'll be using for destroy a Fusion monster. Here we go, our final pack. Get a couple of extra card in here. Got a Dramaturge and a Sword Soul Chi Xiao to finish off on. Very cool. Not the best, not the worst. SRs I definitely didn't necessarily want. Let's read this so I didn't get a chance. It adds an Ice Jade from deck to hand. That's cool. Pretty straightforward effect. So let's have a little look at our pulls. What did we get? What did we not get? I think we did pretty well on the ultra rares. I think there's other than the Masquerade would have been nice to have found. The Punk card, I don't know what it does, but I'm sure that's important to a Punk strategy. 2 Moye and a Heavenly Prison. It's pretty neat. Where are the other Sarctics? Are they not? They have other synchros, don't they? Am I imagining it, or is there just one? Doesn't sound right. We've got the other punks here we didn't manage to pull. Looks like all of the main deck punks are super rare. That's kind of nasty, to be honest. So High Emergence is going to be one that you'll want to have a few copies of, rather than just the one. Branded in High Spirits. What does this do? Reveal a monster from your hand. Send a level 8 fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard of the same type that has a specific stat line. And then apply this effect. Discard the revealed monster, and if you do, add Fallen Albaz or a monster that mentions Fallen Albaz from your deck to your hand. During the end phase, if a fusion monster was sent to the graveyard this turn, add this from your graveyard to your hand. So it's a -1. You played this, you discarded a card, and you searched. But you get this back at the end of the turn. Definitely not a bad card. No. Reveal and send. So you did. Use your monster was sent to the graveyard this turn. That will have happened because you activated it this turn. Yeah, so it always comes back. Unless there's like a macrocosmos in play or something. That's a cool card. Cool card. We didn't get that though. So there's a couple of super rares we missed out on. We got a ton of these. Enough material to craft the ones I missed then. Yeah, I might have to come back to this pack a little bit later to finish off the ultras that I missed. Again, like I said with the other secret pack, because there's no the selection pack, because there's no secret pack for the sword souls or the punks, once these selection packs disappear, these are going to be really hard cards to get. How long have we got until that? You've got 62 days. That's plenty of time to grind up some gems. And there's the Fusion Festival. Loads of gems there. Yeah, so get these now before they're just relegated to the Master Pack. And you basically have to craft them because you're never going to pull them from the Master Pack. Oh. Yeah, not in large enough quantities. I'm hoping at some point in the future they will add more secret packs. Maybe they're waiting for the whole archetypes to have been completely released, so they can throw them all into one at once. That would make sense. And in the meantime, we can all wail on these selection packs. So, that's that for this stream, I think. We'll wrap it up here. Leave a comment on what do you think of the new selection pack? Do you think my pulls were good? How has your attempt been at getting the cards you want? Alright, I will see you guys next time, whenever that happens to be. And till then, have a lovely time. See you all. Bye!